Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the CEO of Athletes First, David Dunn.
So this is the time of year. This is the time of year like right now, right now today, this hour, where Michael Smith, our MC, is usually swamped, going crazy, tracking the ebbs and flows of free agency. And that invariably means that he's calling our office minute by minute trying to get the latest scoop on free agent deals, and it also usually means, sadly, I'm sorry, Michael, that we're not all that responsive to your calls. As he well knows, you're welcome. So I have two things to say to you tonight. One is thank you very much for doing what you did tonight. You're awesome as usual. Let's give him a hand. And the second is that whatever scoops we got, you got. We're your captive audience here, and so as the news is breaking, you'll break it on the bottom line here up in the bar later on. So beyond Michael doing his thing so well, a lot of people have done a great job working their butts off trying to make this night what it's become. And I'm not one of them, as most of you know. The ringleaders, the top of the list, are Shannon Tarnitzer and Stephanie Gell, who have just been awesome. We've had this event for 7 years now, and they've been running this thing for the last few. And they've been by far the best, as all of you in this room know. So thank you, Shannon. Thank you, Stephanie. And I know that Shannon and Stephanie thanked some of these people before, but they deserve being thanked again. To the Arduous and to the Barth family for being the presenting sponsors. Bob's trying to point at somebody else, as he usually does. To Glenn Stearns and Bat for their sponsorships, for Missy and Tyler Barth. Missy, you're a maniac, as people said, and thank you for selling. For Wing Lam and for Jeff Roos for the work on the golf tournament, where they're going to, of course, make it not rain tomorrow. And then for Noah and Jess and Natalie in our office and Murph. For everybody that's been shuffling back and forth to the airport, thank you very much. And a special thanks goes out to our clients and to the other athletes who are here tonight. This is, as I indicated, sort of a crazy time in the football year. And some of you all are going to be changing addresses pretty soon. Some of you may add a few dollars to your pocketbook. Some of you may be going on into the pros from the college ranks. And you could be anywhere. You're here tonight supporting us. I think Ken all showed us why we should all be here. So to our athletes, from all of us at Athletes First, thank you very much for coming. And for some of you, it's been an awfully special year since we were last here. We at Athletes First were fortunate enough to represent 8 Pro Bowlers. Miles Austin, the fantasy pick of the year. Clay Matthews. Brandon Merriweather, who's over there corrupting my kids. Aaron Rodgers. Reggie Wayne, again. Wes Welker. Ray Lewis for the 1,000th time or so. And the game's MVP, Matt Schaub. Let's give him a hand. And we were also lucky enough to represent 7 participants in the Super Bowl. From the Colts, Donald Brown, who's here tonight, Eric Foster, Freddie Kao, Curtis Painter, and Reggie Wayne again. And as Michael indicated, Adrian Arrington and Chip Vaughn on the world champion New Orleans Saints. Man. And possibly the most important accolade goes out to Brian Waters, who was just noted last month as the Walter Payton Man of the Year, as the most generous, most giving player in the NFL. Not here tonight, but let's give him a hand in absentia. And this year didn't go by, certainly, without a lot of things happening in our clients' lives that were far more important than any of the honors, any of the bowl games that they were in. Married this year, a bunch of people, the Bins, the Booties, the Feelys, the Orlovskis, the Piermans, and Kevin Matthews and Zach Miller were both married tonight, not to each other, hopefully. That would be a better scoop, Michael. And that's why they couldn't be here. The engaged to be married are H.B. Blades, Kyle Bowler, David Bruton, Chad Henney, who's here tonight, Colt McCoy, who put all men in this room to shame by proposing on the 50-yard line at his college stadium. Jordan Palmer, Chester Pitts, and Laurent Robinson are also engaged. And a huge, huge, huge year for client babies. When Natalie gave me the list and I reflected on it, it's a monstrous list. Thankfully, my wife and I didn't contribute to it this year, but the Clarys, the Bins, the Clemens, the Darlings, the Harringtons, the Kaos, the Meesters, the Redmonds, the Waynes, and the Walters all had babies. And on top of that, expecting babies are the Castles, the Jacobs, the Snyders, and the Schaubs, where it's due any moment, which is why they're not here, although they were going to take a Winnebago out here. So let's give a hand to all the special events in our guys' lives. And the last thing that we do tonight, is hand out the Golden Heart Awards. One award goes to a businessman or woman who has been as giving as he has been successful. And past recipients have included Bo and Dick Marconi, Paul Macaration, Ambassador George Argyris, who's here tonight, Quicksilver's Bob McKnight, who was also here tonight, Peter Uberoth, and Bill Thompson. And the other award goes to a sports figure who has succeeded dramatically both on the field and in the community. And past recipients have been Trent Dilfer, Pat Tillman, Steve Young, Drew Bledsoe, Warwick Dunn, and John Lynch. And the two recipients tonight, Bob Barth and Ray Lewis, could not be more deserving. The first honoree tonight is Bob Barth. I've known Bob for nearly a decade or so. Our first encounter, as you may recall, is that we were the only two people at the Orangewood board meeting without suits. And from that moment on, I knew that we would get along. I have seen you in the past few years as a great dad, encouraging Missy and Tyler to work hard and to follow their dreams. I have seen you as a very lucky husband. Susie is probably one of the coolest people I've ever met in my life. I've seen you as a great companion, whether it's us being on the field together at a Raiders-Jets game, watching Mark Sanchez eat a hot dog like this, or riding around on the biggest boat in Newport as you were hosting a party, or at the Super Bowl at a posh party where you're picking things off of a waiter's tray as it goes by. You've been a wonderful friend for the last several years, and I've also seen you as one of the most giving people I've ever met. There's no cause that seems to avoid you, and we at Orangewood, all of us involved with Orangewood, are very glad that you're involved with us. To present the award to Bob will be Dave Ritchie, who is the chairman of our Orangewood Board of Directors and also a very close friend of Bob's. But first, let's look at a video for a quick thing about Bob.
Hey Bob, Tommy Lasorda. Sorry I can't be there. I wished I could, but I had to go on another direction because I had previously made these plans. But I know that you're well deserving of an honor that you're getting, and the people there who come there will show you their feelings and appreciation for what you are and what you represent. You're an outstanding man. But, you know, I don't want to roast you too much. I know it's going to be a roast rather than a serious evening, but I want all those people to know that you are, without a doubt, one of the most generous men I ever met. I found out, your wife told me that every year you donate $25,000 to the family of the unknown soldier. You still have the checks to prove it. But they also tell me, Bob, that you went to the doctors one day and you told the doctor you needed help, and he said, "What's wrong?" You said, "I need something to improve my sex life." And the doctor told you, "Have you ever thought about jogging?" And you said, "No." He said, "Well, let me tell you something." He said, "You jog 3 miles every day. Do that for 10 days, and then come back and see me. You'll see a big difference." 10 days later, he calls the doc. He said, "Doc, it's Bob." He said, "Well, did you jog 3 miles every day?" He said, "Yes, sir." "For 10 days?" "Yes, sir." He said, "Well, did it improve your sex life?" He said, "How the hell do I know? I'm 30 miles away from home." So, Bob, have a good time. You deserve it. You're a good man. You're a good friend. I only wish I could be there to be part of the festivities, but unfortunately, I can't. I'm here in spring training now, Phoenix, Arizona, with our team, and everything's going real good. So, Bob, have a great time, and we'll see you soon. Take care.
Bob is a very interesting man. He appears very tough. He's very driven. And at first you might be intimidated by that. But after you know him and you actually see what he does, he obviously cares so much about everybody. He's a big